We were just on the edge of the grand prize, and it was an absolute explosion of success, really. We revealed the first letters and then watched as the contestants revealed multiple columns from the inside of a scroll, and it captured the attention of really the world. News went around the world, and it was centered on the Vesuvius Challenge and our work here at the University of Kentucky. One of the reasons why we did the Vesuvius Challenge was to find that acceleration, that escalation, of success. And I expected it, but then when it actually happened, it's a little bit like getting on a roller coaster. And I mean, you know what it is, but then when it takes off, it's a rush. You get that feeling. You think of paperology as something that sort of happens over a long period of time in the back room. But what we did was we opened the door to being able to see that happen in real time and involved everyone. And I think it was the discovery of it where you have this moment when you don't really know what the text is. And then all of a sudden you're opening the door and everyone all at once is getting to look into a room that no one's ever seen before. Like literally no one's ever seen for 2,000 years. And yeah, it's incredibly exciting. And we were so proud that that moment happened as kind of a global, collaborative moment instead of, the back room where you ultimately publish a paper and then that's the reveal. And instead, we were watching it all unfold in real time. I mean, it was so special. We have our space renovated so that we can now do science, and in particular, we can do heritage science right here on the campus of the University of Kentucky. And being able to do that is really special because it does require sophisticated equipment, and it requires a community of support and collaboration so that the work can be done. But we believe that here in Kentucky, we have projects that are going to be equally important and also will produce magnificent kinds of results. And so having the chance to start to execute those projects right here, that's really exciting. We're going to be able to involve our students because we're right here at campus in the day-to-day work that has to take place when you do a project like that. Like if a painting is going to be studied, or if we're going to have a sample of something from a museum or a library come here, the students are going to be able to see how that all works. Much of the transformation that has taken place over the last decade is computer-based, based on data and data science, and then in particular, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So the equipment that we have lets us use those new techniques. We have the computers to back things up. We have the storage to back that up. We can use those new techniques to explore new questions in heritage science. An example would be to take a look at a painting that may have been revised at some point through its lifetime. We can collect data around that revision, and we can do it non-invasively, so we don't disturb anything about the painting as it is. And then from the data alone, we can start to make inquiries and inferences about what might have happened. We're adding to that by collecting data on the objects that we have. And then as an aggregate, we're able to sort of use AI techniques to analyze in more detail things about paintings that tell us how has it been constructed, what kind of pigments are being used, what's the chemistry, what's the style. All of those things can be leveraged now that we can do that day-to-day collection of data about artifacts right here. We're working now with a lot of different units on campus so that we can be involved programmatically with what our units are already offering in terms of the coursework, certificates, as well as actual degree programs. It's nascent because we're emerging now with the ability finally to do the things that we want to do. But I expect over the next 3 to 5 years for EduSLab to actually be a part of many different programs on campus where those threads intersect, where science and the kind of science we can do is important, or where AI as applied to heritage can be a thing that is seen as important to a student's professional development. I would say students should be tapping on the shoulders of all of our faculty and all of our programs and saying, I really want to know how I can be involved in what EduSLab is doing. What are you doing to partner with them? And I think that would really help us too. We have a core of science and technology that we're applying to heritage science now, and it's certainly coming from our earlier reputation on dealing with world-class objects. But my vision is that we build a community here in Kentucky that amplifies what we've done and then builds it out.